I do think
Ah,
there is complexity in this option, and I think it has very little to do with any of the features.
no.
I think almost all the complexity here is what if cleric got access to meta magic, and you do get a pretty premium price to try that out, especially given that you don't get bonus spells beyond the first. Like this gives you one bonus spell, and then you have to just get the slow trickle of sorcerer and cleric spells as you go. I think this is the kind of thing where you want to cultivate a very specific spell list between the two that play in an interesting fashion, and there's probably
Yeah.
a lot of fun direction to build in that way, right?
Hello, friends. Robert Bevan here, author of the Caverns Creatures series of comedy, fantasy novels, and short stories. With me is Sam West, and today we're going down further into the sorcerer hole. That didn't sound good. But today we will be covering the Divine Soul Sorcerer.
This is an option that I initially, when I read it, I was like, this has to be the most busted sorcerer option ever printed. And I played with them, and I'm like, nope, that's just so fine. This is so unbelievably recent. It's just sorcerer, but you can pick cleric spells. Is 95% of this, and that's
Yeah.
fine. I like that well enough. Want to
Well,
dive
let's
in?
get into it. Hmm?
Sure.
Yeah.
So we get divine magic out the gate. Your link to the divine allows you to learn spells normally associated with the cleric class. When your spellcasting features let you learn a sorcerer cantrip or sorcerer spell at first level or higher, you can choose the new spell from the cleric spell list or the sorcerer spell list. You must otherwise obey all restrictions for selecting the spell, and it becomes a sorcerer spell for you. In addition, choose an affinity for the source of your divine power. Good, evil, law, chaos, or neutrality. You learn an additional spell based on that affinity, as shown below. It is a sorcerer spell for you, but it doesn't count against the number of sorcerer spells known. If you later replace a spell, you must also replace it with a spell from the cleric spell list. That means you can take this at first level, say that was trash, and get a new one at second level when you would replace a spell as you learn and gain and grow level and that kind of stuff. Big fan of that, honestly, because some of these are booty. Good gets cure wounds. Booty. Evil gets inflict wounds. Yeah, pretty booty. Law gets blessed. That's pretty good. Chaos gets bane. That's a little bit worse, but still fine. And neutrality gets pro good and evil. And pro good and evil is like, it's whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that I can immediately switch these out for something I want. That's
right.
fine. You know, level 1 you
Yeah.
can't, but level 2 you can. So do that. Great. I don't even think we need to touch on much of these for that reason. Like, yeah, bless is good. Great. You'll use it sometimes when you play a supported sorcerer. Other feature you get at first level is so vanilla. It's called Favored by the Gods. Starting at first level, Divine Power guards your destiny. Man, big main character energy out of this option. If you fail a saving throw or miss an attack with an attack roll, you can roll 2d4 and add it to the total, possibly changing the outcome. Once you use this feature, you can't again until you finish a short or long rest. Neat.
Okay. Now, we just talked about the Chronergy Wizard and that capstone feature. All right, so the Chronergy Wizard says, no, I'm making you miss your saving throw by 1. Now you use this. Does that count?
The answer is I don't know, and I don't think it has ever mattered.
Okay. Yeah. It would be pretty cool if you were going up against like a 17th level Chronergy Wizard that did that in your first level, and you say, nope.
I do think there's something deeply thematically fitting where you're playing like you're a hero by divine right, and some wizard time monster is like, I will choose your destiny for you, and you go, my destiny is determined by God himself, and you overcome the time wizard. That's stupid, but great. You know, that's very thematically fitting. I think that, sure, I'd roll that's how that works. Why not? At the end of the day, though, I think this only applying to you is aggressively fair. And I think the best case for this is going to be you're making saving throws you otherwise were failing. So you roll a medium number on a saving throw, and then you go like, oh, 2d4 is an average of +4, +5. That's probably going to make me pass this. You'll use it then. You'll occasionally use it with a firebolt at level 1. Okay, that's so fine. It's just once per short rest is not a large amount of time to do it. And in the mid to upper tiers, there'll be real times where you'll be like, I think I gotta afford to fail this. So I guess I'm gonna have it be fine. I like that you can so hold on. Concentration is a saving throw, right?
Yes.
So you could use this to maintain your concentration, which is relevant. That's actually a nice little perk in its favor. It kind of encourages you to build towards some concentration stuff. I like that.
Well,
Sorcerers normally don't get a lot of that, so that's a nice direction for it to go to. But
that's
like,
something
I
that
don't know.
keeps it feeling good in higher levels.
Yeah, for sure. As with like, I want to pass that saving throw against a Feeble Mind.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, it's fine, right? Anything else to say about it?
No.
All right. 6th level, get Empowered Healing. So starting at 6th level, the Divine Energy coursing through you can empower healing spells. Whenever you or an ally within 5 feet of you rolls dice to determine the number of hit points a spell restores, you can spend a sorcery point to reroll any of those dice once. Provided you are incapacitated, you can use the feature once per turn. This isn't a feature.
No.
I've never wanted to use this. I've never considered using this. I've never had a player consider using this. Sorcery
All
points
right,
let you do things like Twin Spell.
Yes, but all right, hear me out. Would
Mhm.
this work on something like a mass cure wounds? You reroll.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, the
Eh,
more people you affect with this.
On an ally, whenever you or an ally within 5 of you rolls dice to determine the number of hit points a spell restores. Oh, okay. So
No.
you're
Yeah.
rolling dice. So
Right.
yes, you could reroll some of them. Sure. How
Yeah.
good is
So,
that?
I mean, it's definitely better if you're healing multiple people.
Right. Let's best case scenario, mask your wounds. I think that is the best case scenario for the record that I can think of off the top of my head in this exact moment in time. 3d8. You're rolling 3d8. How much do you value re-rolling some of those dice?
Is that the
3.
best?
Yes. The other ones are like you restore 60 hit points or you restore
All right.
all hit points.
What about mass cure wounds? What does that do?
That is Master Wounds is 3d8. Mass Healing Word is
Or what?
1d4.
Okay. Yeah. All right. 3d8's better.
Technically. Am I re-rolling? Like if I roll a 1, a 7, and a 6, or a 2, a 3, and a 4, am I re-rolling those for a sorcery point? Do I care? Like is upping the
All right.
average by like 5 worth it?
All right. Probably not, but had to throw that out there.
Sure.
It's
I
better
really
than
think
you initially thought. Yes.
no.
No. Come on.
I genuinely do not think there will be a time in any game where this is the correct course of action to take.
All right.
So a neat thing about this option that I didn't touch on at the beginning, the access to the cleric list gives you some cute new options to twin spell with, right? The real meat of this is that you get to play the meta magic options with the cleric spell list. I think
Yeah.
that's actually like the bulk of what this does. That's why I thought it'd be super cracked. Turns out the cleric spell list is just worse than the sorcerer and wizard spell list. But there is some unique spells on that list that you'd be happy to do. Let's say you go with evil. Twinning in Book Wounds is a real new option you have at your disposal. You get up in the middle of things, you grab 2 people by the ears, and you do 3d10 damage to them, right? That's a cute little new option that you have at your disposal that you can play with this. I want to use my sorcery points on meta magic or rebuying those cleric spells that I invested into. I don't want to spend my sorcery points re-rolling a few of the dice that I want to use once per every 3 encounters, right? Like Master Wounds is something I'm casting every encounter or even every other encounter.
Yeah.
Right?
All right. You make a fair
fair
point. Yes.
I do think it's really uncastable trash. 14th level, you get Angelic Form. So starting at 14th level, you can use a bonus action to manifest a pair of spectral wings from your back. While the wings are present, you have a flying speed of 30 feet. The wings last until you are incapacitated, die, or you dismiss as a bonus action. I would like to point out that we've had some other options that got nowhere. Like I think it's Dragon, right? Dragon just gets a pair of wings as their top end feature. You get this cheaper and earlier, I think. I like it. Anyway,
Well,
the ability you choose for your divine magic feature.
I mean, you're 14th level and you can fly now. You're a
Yeah.
sorcerer. You could fly a long time ago.
Yeah, but this one doesn't take concentration. And if you're evil, they look like bat wings.
All right. That's 14th level feature right there.
Listen, a fly speed is fine. It's not. I agree. It's not great, but it's fine. And the last feature you get at 18th level is Unearthly Recovery. So at 18th level, you get the ability to overcome grievous injuries as a bonus action. When you have fewer than half your hit points remaining, you regain a number of hit points equal to half your maximum hit points. Once you use this feature, you can't get eventually long rest. Cool. You heal a bunch.
Yeah.
Okay. I do think there is complexity in this option, and I think it has very little to do with any of the features.
No.
I think almost all the complexity here is what if Cleric got access to meta magic? And you do get a pretty premium price to try that out, especially given that you don't get bonus spells beyond the first. Like this gives you 1 bonus spell, and then you have to just get the slow trickle of Sorcerer and Cleric spells as you go. I think this is the kind of thing where you want to cultivate a very specific spell list between the two that play in an interesting fashion, and there's probably
Yeah.
a lot of fun direction to build in that way, right? I think you could really embody like God of Fire looks with this by taking a little bit of the cleric stuff, a little bit of the fire magic sorcerers get, and you can play in a really specific option. I don't think that's the vast majority of characters, though. If you want to play an option that is embodied, like the subclass tells you how to build it, I think most of these features are not even worth considering, right? Like the best feature by far is the divine magic, and second best is favored by the gods, and then the rest are like worthless or a fly speed. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not impressed.
I think this is a
Uh,
solid C, believe it or not. It saves D territory just because of how deeply interesting divine magic is, but I really would not be excited to get the 6th level or 18th level features.
yeah, I'll agree with your C on, just on the basis that I haven't looked deeply enough into how, you can combine sorcerer and cleric spells for interesting effects, or combine cleric spells with meta magic options.
I think that's the real rub, right? Is finding like, oh, extend spell suddenly is really interesting. Normally it only works on like spell by mage armor, but now I can get like an 8-hour effect of aid, and now that's just I get to long rest and get free aid. That seems pretty good, right? Conceivably.
Yeah, but yeah. The most disappointing thing, like none of this, none of these features enhance any of that.
Yeah. Like I think the worst thing you could do when you play this option is try and play a healer. I cannot express enough. You do not play this as a healing option. It is not good at it. Healing is already way more than you need. I even would advocate you probably don't need to pick up healing magic with this full stop. I would have loved for this to get a feature like Healing Hands, like Celestial Warlock gets. So you just could opt to ignore all the healing spells on cleric lists and take their cooler Saber Die stuff or buff stuff or the other more interesting cleric spells than the Cure Wounds and Healing Words out there, right? The fact that you get like Empowered Healing just being 3 instances of Healing Word, I would rate so much higher. Given that you don't get any features, it's going to be something you have to work really hard to make powerful, but you probably can do some powerful stuff here.
Oh man, it's kind of a letdown. But again, I haven't looked fully into it, and that's what the commenters are for. Let us know what the awesome things you can do with divine magic and meta magic and all that jazz. Anything else you want to say?
I'm disappointed, but it's definitely the thing for people that like to mess around with a very specific kind of spell. So have fun with it. Go nuts if you like it.
Or, I mean, if we're dead wrong about any of the features, like, is there more to it than meets the eye? They're pretty cut and dry here. But yeah, let us know. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Sam, you had something to say?
No, I just like I'm reading over them, like I can't imagine anyone
Yeah.
has any riveting thing to say about angelic form, right? Like you got a fly speed. We did it.
All right. Well, that was the Divine Soul Sorcerer. Thank you, Sam, and thank you everyone for joining us. Eager to hear your thoughts. Leave them down in the comment section. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.